Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Pop Culture Podcast. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian.
And we are back.
For a little bit of a hiatus.
I was trying to think of this yesterday. I think it's been 4 weeks.
No, 3 weeks.
You were gone 3 weeks, but we didn't record the week before you left either.
Wow, has it been a month?
I think it has.
Did we lose all our Chinese listeners? Please, China, come back. Baby, come back. That's as much thing as I'll ever do.
I don't...
Yeah, right?
Okay.
You know what the problem is? I had the past 2 weekends were pretty much dry for me, so let's
what the hell?
let's rectify that real quick.
So we are drinking out of a can this week, something we don't normally do. But we're drinking local, which reminds me I have something to bring up after we try this. We are drinking Hilliard's, which is out of Seattle. Chrome Satan. It is a copper lager. You read off all the beer that we have in the fridge, and as soon as I heard Chrome Satan, I'm like, we have to drink that.
And here it goes.
Have you have not had Hilliard's before, is that correct?
I've had their blonde.
Okay.
Last year I was at a indie comic book event and Hilliard sponsored it, so they're giving away free blonde beer. And it was okay.
Yeah. I mean it's I will say it is not the best beer that I ever had, but it's one of the better ones that I've drank out of a can at least.
Well, now I say Red Hook, but a lot of breweries are moving towards cans.
They
now.
are.
It is a hip way of doing it.
It's a hip way of doing it. It also keeps the integrity of the beer longer because there's no light hitting the actual liquid.
But it doesn't taste the same to me.
Okay.
It doesn't. Like, people say draft is clearly the best.
Oh, without
Undisputed.
question. Yeah.
And then I go bottles, and then I go cans.
Yeah. I don't know that I taste much of a difference between the bottles and the cans, but I think I enjoy the experience of drinking out of a bottle better.
Absolutely. If I'm not going to pour it
Although we pour everything here anyways.
here, but at home,
Right. I put a crazy straw in that 22 and go to town.
Oh my God, I saw this crazy straw that actually goes around your eyes and makes a mustache.
Oh.
So when you drink, it takes like 30 seconds to get to you. But when it does, it gets to you.
So what are your thoughts on the Chrome Satan?
It's adequate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad. It's a beer. If you were going to say, here's a Chrome Satan or a Budweiser, I would choose this.
Oh, hands down.
If you're going to say, here's this or a Mac and Jacks, I'd go Mac and Jacks.
I did have a Mondo Mac and Jacks last night.
Yeah?
In a I hate this, a mason jar mug.
Who's giving mason jar mugs out?
Soundview Tavern down by my apartment. My favorite new dive bar. Usually it's just a real big glass.
Yeah?
This time they handed it to me in a mason jar glass. I'm like, fuck you guys.
Really?
But it's $3.50, so I'm drinking it.
No? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as Moscow Mules. They're only cool because people want the little cups they get them in.
Oh, absolutely. I tried drinking one in a can. It was horrible.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Anyways, the thing I was going to mention about Washington beer is there is a local brewery who just announced the first 100% Washington beer.
Oh?
All the ingredients come locally from Washington, and that would be Pike Brewery.
Damn it.
You don't like Pike Brewery?
I don't like Pike Brewery.
Okay. It's I don't remember the name of it. It's a Skagit something, but yeah, all the barley, all the hops, everything grown here in Washington.
Because most hops already comes from here in Washington.
Hops do. The barley usually does not. So their barley, they found a local barley source somewhere up in Skagit Valley.
Well, hence the name Skagit.
Exactly.
Well, look at like everything else, I will give it a try.
Right, I will too. I have no problem with the Pike beer. I like the Pike beer. So
The ones I've tried have all it's like Hilliard's to me. It's fine for what it is. It's better than some. Given options, I would always choose something over Pikes.
there's a lot of things I would choose over Pikes, yes, but there's a lot of things that I would choose Pikes over, including Pacifico, which I think you need to explain this to me.
So I sent Jay a message. I don't remember the exact wordings.
It was something to the extent of, I feel very ashamed of myself right now, but I'm craving a Pacifico.
I still kind of am.
I don't understand that.
So I am thinking about, after we record tonight, going to the grocery store and buying stuff to make dinner, buying a 6-pack of Pacifico and a lime, with the full intent of enjoying one, getting 4 sips in and going, well, that was that, and getting rid of it.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I don't know how Pacifico got on my mind. Like, maybe I've been gone so long in the Southwest that its marketing finally got to me. I don't know. Maybe it was the lack of good craft brews in Dallas. I don't know.
I was going to say, if you're about to say Denver, there's something wrong here. Denver is supposed to have a great beer scene.
So, again, I've been gone a lot. And being gone a lot, for those of you who may travel for work, as I do, before you and I used to travel for work, and we'd be gone 3, maybe 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So we would use those excuses to maybe drink more than we should.
Right.
Maybe smoke more than we should.
True.
And probably eat more than we should.
Absolutely.
When you do that 4 times a year, no big deal.
Yeah. But if it's your every week, yeah.
Right. So it's gotten to the point where I'm like, this can no longer be my excuse to eat 32 ounces of steak every Sunday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I will say a couple things about alcohol. I had
awesome.
It is. I had a majority dry weekend, and I broke my rule about smoking only at shows.
Okay.
I didn't smoke at any of the shows. I don't think I had 2 cigarettes the whole time I've been gone. And I was like, I'm going to have more of a dry weekend, as it were. So the only exceptions I made was a local brewery in Detroit, which made a really, really good Ruby Red Pale Ale.
Okay. Now, being that it was in Detroit, did you have to get it in a small paper sack?
No, actually, it's really nice. They reuse Schlitz malt liquor bottles.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So it's only got that little hint of desperation in it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. So I had a Ruby Red Pale Ale. In Denver, because it's Denver, we were at the Yard House there.
Oh, okay.
And they had a flight of 6 local IPAs. So I ordered the flight, and I literally just took a hit off of each one and then gave the flight to somebody else to finish. Because I was really trying to maintain. Plus, I was disappointed with all of them.
Oh, well,
so
yeah.
it was a lot easier to pass
Things are
that
a little
off.
bit different when you're a mile high.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They had, at the airport, the New Belgian Brewery restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, fantastic. We get there. Oh, we close at 5. How the fuck do you close at 5? God. Breakfast and lunch only?
That is...
Breakfast and lunch.
This is another reason I will never move to Denver.
So, also, why does everyone love the idea of moving to Denver? Like, this has come out a lot.
I don't get it.
Anyways, so someone else was there. He's like, yeah, there's another one in the other terminal that's open later. Fuck you. I'm not going to the other terminal. So Denver was a wash. And in Dallas...
You pretty much just drank Shriner Bock, right?
No.
Comes out of the taps.
The same place I got my 32-ounce steak at, which was delightful. Thank you. Also has a list of small batch, single barrel bourbons that are produced locally.
Oh.
So we ordered a couple of those and just kind of tasted and shared them around. I was actually going to look up the names of a couple just because I couldn't remember what I had, and I forgot.
Okay.
But they were good.
Yeah.
But that was kind of it for the extent of it. So one whiskey, combined maybe drinks off the flight, one beer and another beer, and that was it.
It's fair enough. Yeah.
And yet the marketing for Pacifico got to me. At least it's a step up from Corona.
That's true.
It's like saying Coors' original is a step up from Budweiser, but it's a step up from Corona, yeah.
Hey, Coors is the champagne of beer.
That's Miller High Life, buddy.
It's all the same.
It really is. So, enough booze talk. TV.
Okay.
What you been watching?
Trying to think last time I recorded. We recorded before all the season finales. So, finished out Flash.
Okay.
Finished out Arrow.
Okay.
What else finished? I don't even remember. We're still watching Game of Thrones.
This
has been a pretty season. Just about done with the following. We got like 2 episodes of that left, and I heard that this is going to be the last season of that. Which, if so, that's okay.
Okay.
Because it's still good, and they want to go out on a high note. So I'm all right with that. Some Bob's Burgers here and there.
Of course.
Yeah. We started watching. There's a new channel in the area called the Justice Channel. Are you familiar with America's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
John Walsh, the host.
So I'm familiar with this man.
He started another channel called the Justice Channel.
Because starting America's Most Wanted wasn't enough for him?
No.
Okay.
No. So it's all those like essentially like cops and stuff like that, and like here we're gonna present you with the case and give you all the details and then show you how it ended. But like real life stuff, and then but in the commercial breaks they'll throw up like this man's wanted for this, or here's a missing child, or whatever. So they're using it as a platform to try to get
Because nobody buys
too.
milk cartons anymore.
No.
Yep.
So watched a little bit of that, and then that was pretty much it for TV for me. Not a lot of TV watching.
So I don't know if I saw the Flash season finale or not. I thought I did. Hulu's telling me I didn't.
Okay.
It's still in my queue. So the last one I saw is when Firestorm got together with the Arrow, who had essentially looked like an aging biker's jacket. He had the black leather with the fringe hanging down the bottom.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's because he's the next Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, I don't need to hear this bullshit.
Okay.
I read an article. I didn't read the article. I read a title of an article that said why you shouldn't have watched season 3 of The Arrow. And in my head, I went, because I didn't. And, yeah.
Okay.
Swipe to my next article, where they take down the Reverse Flash. That was the last episode I saw. Is there one more after that?
What was the very last scene in that episode?
I don't remember. It just feels like it was so long ago.
Was there an open black hole anywhere in the episode? If not, then you have not watched the last episode.
What else happens in the last episode? So I can know if I need to watch it or not.
There's a black hole.
Yeah, I caught that portion.
Yeah.
It's called Crisis.
Right. And Barry has to stop it.
No, that means there's one more left
There's
to go.
one left.
Okay, so Hulu didn't lie to me.
There you go.
Okay.
Way to go, Hulu's.
Thanks for keeping track where I can't. Speaking of The Flash, how much longer do you think we have until Cisco becomes Vibe?
3 episodes into the next season.
Think so?
But they're going to fuck him up. He's going to not be the same Vibe he was in the comics.
Well, the Vibe in the comic wasn't very good.
Well,
so.
no. But they alluded to his powers here are being able to see through the vibrations of the different dimensions into other realities.
So essentially, in the DCNU, Vibe kind of can do that.
Okay, I haven't read anything about him in the NU.
No one else.
Which doesn't exist anymore, anyways.
It does and it doesn't.
What? No, it doesn't.
It does.
I have not read the final issue of Convergence, but
I won't spoil it for you, though.
okay.
We'll get together next week on air and talk Convergence. What?
Sorry, I just remembered another TV thing I have to talk about. But keep going.
No, go ahead.
Supergirl.
What about it?
The pilot is out.
It got leaked.
It did.
I did not watch it. Did you?
did.
I didn't watch it for the same reason I didn't watch the Constantine one. It was different when it aired. How was the pilot?
Fantastic.
Was Dean Cain in it?
3 seconds worth.
Is he Superman in it?
No, he is Kara's adoptive dad.
Interesting.
You do not see Superman in the first episode.
Right.
though.
Well, you see the background of Superman. In the trailer, you don't see that Superman's face or
Well,
anything, just the shadow figure with the S.
And in the pilot, he's not in that. That must be some B-roll footage or something they'll include later, but you don't see him at all.
So what I find interesting about it is Jimmy Olsen is much older in this.
And black,
And black.
which I have no problem with.
I don't have a problem with it. It makes me question continuity.
DC's come out and said they don't give a shit about continuity anymore. They care about stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to have a next week after you finish.
After I catch up. Yeah.
After you catch up, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. But no, I have the pilot. It's great. I am actually very much looking forward to the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm also a much bigger Supergirl fan than you are.
I'm a huge Superman fan.
Right. And I prefer Supergirl to Superman. So, and I think this show, from the pilot at least, really highlights the things that I appreciate about Supergirl. The fact that she wasn't raised on Earth.
No.
She showed up as a teenager. She didn't have somebody to kind of tell her about the world. She just showed up and, oh shit, I got powers.
Yes. She showed up. She was supposed to get here when he did
Right.
and help raise him.
Yep.
Instead, she got here late.
Yeah.
And he raised her.
Right.
Speaking of DC's shows that are coming up, Lucifer. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No,
Okay.
I have not. But there's the protest about it that's already pissing me off.
Oh, see, now that bothers me. I saw the trailer. Here's what I don't get about the protest. The show is Lucifer,
Right.
the Morning Star, has decided he's going to try to do a little good. He's going to do a little good on the earth. And now everyone's up in arms. How dare you?
You're putting on a show about the devil?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Block the goddamn channel. If you don't want your kids to see it, block the channel. Teach your kids not to watch it. Don't make it so nobody else who's not affected by it can't watch it.
That's not how this world works, buddy.
I hate it.
offends me, ergo, the world needs to change for me. I don't need to have my own individuality. You need to change for me. Also, take off your blue hoodie. It offends me.
This is a Christian nation. We need to uphold the biblical principles that we were founded on. That's not why this country was started. That's not why we're here.
That reminds me of a movie I saw. A movie I saw I was going to talk about on air.
Okay. Should we transition?
I have no TV to
I have
discuss
nothing else to
aside
talk
from the
about.
fact that I have, while working on the road, went through 3 seasons of Bob's Burgers in the background while I worked. Because it's good background noise.
Oh, yeah.
Noah. I watched a couple movies on my flight.
Why would you? Why? I am a huge fan of Emma Watson, and I will not watch that movie. Also, I'm a big fan of Russell Crowe, and I will not watch that movie.
Let me save you 3 hours of your life. Don't watch that
I
movie.
won't watch that movie.
Right. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was like bad.
Right.
So, one, Noah's the worst individual in the world in this movie.
Okay.
Like, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, read the Bible. It's literally the oldest story ever. So
Literally the oldest story that was.
this
ever
is
made
what
up.
I'm saying. If I'm spoiling the Bible for you, you are missing out on thousands of stories. So Noah in this is the biggest douchebag in the world. Like,
Okay.
I want him to die. And so essentially Noah gets the message from God, 2 of every animal, your family, ark, go.
Yeah.
And then the leader of, the Canaanites, the people who are bred from Cain, Abel, brother,
Right.
kill them.
Yeah.
His descendants called the Canaanites. Cool. Is this evil guy who sneaks onto the ark because Noah's son helps him.
Oh.
I'm actually rooting for him to
Right.
kill Noah because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucking sick of Noah's shit. To the point of, so Noah's son takes a wife who they bring onto the ship,
Okay.
who got pregnant even though she wasn't supposed to get pregnant because Noah's father Methuselah has magic where she couldn't get pregnant.
I'm sorry, I don't think you're right about that name.
Oh, I am.
Because Methuselah was the guy that lived to be 900 years old until he saw Jesus in the courtyard, and he's like, I can die now.
I'm pretty sure they called him Methuselah. I'm not 100%.
Is this like Peter, Paul? Like where he had 2 names?
Let me tell you now, this movie does not follow the source material. Okay?
It's okay, depending on the year, the Bible doesn't follow the source material.
It does not follow the source material. So Noah's dad works his magic to make the girl be able to bear children. So she's pregnant. Noah tells her when the child's born, he will kill it.
Oh.
Because God told him that humans are the reason that the earth is being destroyed. So ergo, all humans must die, including
Except his family.
No, including his family.
Oh, so this is a suicide mission.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's like, if it's a boy, that's fine because he can't reproduce. If it's a girl, I will kill it instantly.
Okay.
You're like, douche?
Right?
So when the villain sneaks on board, you're kind of like, yeah, kill Noah.
Yeah.
Kill him. Go ahead. He's got it coming. Also, Noah would not have built the ark if he wasn't given a seed of Eden he planted that spread a forest across the entire world. That also created a little river so the animals knew to follow it back to Noah.
Oh, jeez.
Also, there were fallen angels who came to help the humans, and God said no good, turned them into rock monsters. And the rock monster giants helped Noah build the ark.
Oh my God. What, is this a Quentin Tarantino film? I'm confused because
Okay,
this shit's just getting weird.
so here's the thing. I know in some biblical references there are giants,
Okay.
but these
Goliath.
no, like giants,
Okay.
not like Goliath giant.
Okay.
But not golem creatures of stone who eat the humans because they feel bad, and it was bad, so bad. So bad.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good movie.
No, you know what was a good movie though?
What's that?
Escape Plan. Oh, Sylvester
I don't know that
Stallone,
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
Yes. Oh man, I was in for every second of that fucking movie.
Do you think they just sat around on the Expendables 3 set and they're like, what if we did this while we're already here?
Here's the thing. It looked like it was filmed in Expendables 3 set. I think they did them both together.
It's actually just the B-roll from that. What if we just chop this together and put a different name on it?
Did you see the photo of Sylvester and Arnold together? They each tore a different shoulder.
Oh, no.
So they're in the hospital together with each shoulder bandaged. Seriously though, watch Escape Plan. It is 2 hours of awesome.
Okay.
Like
I
the
might
story
get
on
on
it's ridiculously dumb, but just watching the action and everything, you're like, yep, I'm in. Like, I'm in.
Nice. So speaking of movies, I need to make this known. My Netflix queue is at 82 discs right now.
Wow. That's historic for you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Unbelievable.
I have like 30 movies left until I start hitting TV shows. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I put some of these movies on my thing. Because I don't look at my queue. Like, I don't take anything off my queue and I don't add
Right.
anything to my queue now. It just shows up. And I'm like, all right, I'll put it in. Are you familiar with the Cutting Edge movie from 1993, 94?
I have a heart. Yes, I'm familiar with this movie.
Did you know they made 3 sequels to that movie?
Oh, no, Jay, no.
And I've watched all 3 of them.
Oh, no.
The first one,
No.
Christy Carlson Romano, a.k.a. Ren Stevens from Even Stevens, is the star. And I'm like, okay, she did something after Even Stevens. That's cool, whatever. The second and third sequels, starring, I can never remember her name, Franca Reza. Did you watch Secret Life of the American Teenager? I don't remember.
No.
Okay. She was in that.
Okay.
And she plays a figure skater in the second and third sequels, and it was horrible. But they take place in Seattle. They were filmed in Montreal.
Oh, yeah, we are here in Seattle. We are known
it's
for
real-
our figure skaters.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's funny to watch them when they're like, "Oh, this is the Seattle Olympic Development Center," and you're like, "That's not a real building."
It's not
not
even
real.
close to real.
And then they cut to World Championships in Montreal, and it's the same building from a slightly tilted angle, and you're like, "Motherfucker, you spent $12 on this movie."
You didn't even try.
Yeah.
I watched a couple movies in theaters.
Okay.
I won't talk about them because they're all.
Did you go to the theaters while you were on the road?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Because every now and then I needed to not work.
Yeah.
I saw Tomorrowland. Why are you making that face?
I'm just okay.
I saw Tomorrowland
Uh-huh.
and I saw Poltergeist.
Okay.
I equally enjoyed them both.
Now, how much did you enjoy them? Did you equally not enjoy them? Or
I see what you're saying. They both were between 6.5 to 7.
on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, on my usual grading scale of 1 to 19.
Yeah. Well, the metric system, things happen. So-
Metric, I'm American.
Okay. How was Tomorrowland? Like, you say it's like a 6.5. I'm so confused on what that movie's about. All the trailers that I've seen have just been the scene where they're like trying to get out of the house in the bathtub.
Yep. That's a scene. That is a scene.
Okay.
So the premise of Tomorrowland is when George Clooney was young, he went to Tomorrowland, where all the world's brightest artists and inventors and engineers live.
Okay.
And they're trying to make inventions that will further the human race. And that's why it's called Tomorrowland.
Okay.
He got kicked out of Tomorrowland for creating something he shouldn't have created. Now they're trying to get back into Tomorrowland to stop the end of the world.
Okay. I got none of that from the trailer.
No, I didn't.
Actually, the first time I saw the trailer, I was with you.
Oh
when,
yeah,
when we were at the Avengers.
I did not know any of that until we were at Disneyland,
Okay.
And Disneyland showed a 15-minute
Oh.
clip of Tomorrowland
okay.
and then kind of explained it more. I'm like, oh,
Oh, so you got the insider's view.
okay. Yeah. Totally worth going to see, though.
Okay.
You don't have to see it on the big screen. I love the movie theater, so I did.
Right.
Totally worth watching.
So I have decided. I have seen a movie since the last movie I saw with you, which I didn't talk about. Shit, because that was only like 2 weeks ago. I saw Pitch Perfect 2.
Oh, Jess saw that. She thought it was hilarious.
Great, and they had
Really?
No. Did you watch Pitch Perfect 1?
Sure didn't.
Okay. So if you watched 1 and enjoyed it, you will love 2. They made a joke that was probably over the heads of 98% of the people that saw this movie. So if you've seen the trailer, you know that there's a scene where Fat Amy exposes herself to the president.
We prefer the term doesn't conform to your standards, Amy.
No, her name in the movie, she's like, I'm Fat Amy.
Okay, then never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. It's
She can call herself that. Yeah, I know the comedian. It's that Australian girl that people think's hilarious that isn't.
she's all right at physical comedy, and that's about it. So the team's getting all this hate mail from their fans, and they get one, and it's like, "You guys suck. You should hang yourselves." Whatever. Signed Sonia Sotomayor, which I don't know if you know who that is. She's a Supreme Court justice. So Fat Amy's just like, that judgy bitch, which is funny because she's a
It's
judge.
cute. Yeah, no, it's cute.
So they threw a lot of decent jokes in there.
Okay.
Good movie. But no, anyways, the point I was going to make is I've told myself that the next movie I see in theaters, I am going to the IMAX at Pacific Science Center and experiencing their new IMAX system.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up.
I know you're a fan of real IMAX.
I am.
And I say real because you've told me that these theaters around here that have the IMAX experience are bullshit.
This is bullshit and a
It's
lie.
IMAX Lite.
It is IMAX Lite. It's IMAX-ish sound, IMAX picture, but on regular size screen.
Right.
So fuck your shit.
Yeah. So the new IMAX dual 4K laser projectors.
Which you heard that they're releasing the 6K.
Yeah, fuck that. You can't even see that.
But Mad Max is playing at
Oh.
Pacific Science Center, and I haven't seen it yet.
I have not seen it either.
Maybe we go.
Maybe.
Maybe we take the girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get together off air and talk about schedules. Which we've been gabbing quite a bit. Let's gab about comic books.
Okay. So you have a stack of comics over there that you've purchased. I have nothing over here. And that's because I have not purchased new comics in at least 2 weeks, maybe 3.
This is 2 weeks for me.
There you go.
So, in my 2 weeks, I have purchased a bunch of digital stuff. And
As you do.
I purchased the digital because of the Humble Bundle,
Okay. You picked up Humble Bundle.
the IDW one.
Yeah.
So for $20, I got a bunch of shit I don't care about.
Right.
But all 6 volumes of Lock and Key.
Okay.
I was surprised, though. I assumed I would just get a code to redeem Comixology. No, you just download the EPUB or the PDF.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that. Because what's stopping me from now emailing it to everybody who wants it?
Absolutely nothing.
Email me if you want it. So, Superior Iron Man, Star Wars Princess Leia, Star Wars Darth Vader, and then I got a bunch of Secret Wars stuff. Armor Wars #1, Spider-Man, All New X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, Secret Wars #3, Nova, Inhumans Adelon Rising, Secret Wars 2099, Secret Wars Master of Kung Fu, Little AVX.
Of course, you have to.
I love the Little AVX stuff. This is just a preview. Listen to the sound of this.
Oh, God.
Of all the upcoming Secret Wars stuff. It is a sizable preview. Moving away from that, I got one independent, which is IDW's G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. And then I got a couple DC books.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about that one in a second because it really pissed me off.
Fair enough.
Convergence Action Comics, Convergence Detective Comics, Convergence #8, Justice League 41, Wonder Woman Annual #1, Green Lantern 41, the Omega Men #1, and the book I'm going to review, Batman Beyond #1.
Okay.
Now, a couple things to talk about with you really fast. So, in all the Convergence books, remember the last couple pages, it advertised upcoming titles.
Yes.
So the only reason I got Omega Men #1 was because it solicited Kyle Rayner being killed.
Right.
And I'm like, say what? I haven't read it yet, but I flipped through it. You know who's not in this issue at all?
Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner.
Motherfuckers.
fuck you. Now,
Now, is this an ongoing?
it's an ongoing.
All right.
So who knows what issue that is?
17.
It's going to be something completely dumb. And I'm like, I haven't read it yet.
I'm sorry, something with Kyle Rayner is going to be dumb.
I-
I think you finally come to my side of things.
I swear to God. Don't go out like this, buddy. Don't do it. I don't care about the Omega Men. I never
No.
have, and I never will.
Nobody does.
I want to see what happens to Kyle
Right.
Rayner, if
Yeah.
it is legitimate or not. Now I got to keep reading to find out. No, that's what the internet's for. Fool me once. Wonder Woman. Have you seen the solicitations for the upcoming Wonder Woman books and previews?
I have not. No, I don't read previews.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Donna Troy.
Yeah. She's been in it for a couple issues.
Yes. No longer leading the Amazons. She's in the United States.
Okay.
Trying to live her life as a normal person and a hero. You get the Donna Troy you want.
Good. It's about
you get
damn
the
time.
Donna Troy you
I've
want.
been waiting 4 years.
I know. And now,
Okay. Which
Really?
I hope she's much better than the Donna Troy that was in the Convergence books, because fuck that.
well, I mean, which Convergence book? New Titans or Titans?
Both. Neither of them were good.
The Titans one was fine. It's pretty much Donna Troy. Green Lantern issue 41, the whole Renegade Hal Jordan thing.
Right.
Batman Beyond #1. So when we left Future's End, Terry McGinnis had died.
Right.
A moment. And Tim Drake is the new Batman.
Right.
He gets pushed into the future after thinking he may have stopped Brother Eye. Turns out he didn't.
Okay.
So now Tim Drake is the Batman Beyond in this completely different universe. It's not even the one Terry came from.
Oh.
Because Alfred, his AI system for
Yeah.
the suit, is like, this is not the right timeline.
Okay.
So we have now branched off beyond into another timeline that is not the original Batman Beyond timeline.
Okay.
So it is now starting its own separate timeline, which I'm looking forward to finding out about.
I think that's probably the best way to do it.
I think it's
'cause
very
I would
smart.
hate to. I don't think I would enjoy. Not that I read Batman Beyond, anyways, but to have Tim Drake go in and interact with all of Terry's characters, I don't think I would have.
So in this universe, Terry was Batman, the universe he's in now.
Okay.
Because he runs into Terry's little brother and he's like, I'm so sorry for your loss. And Terry's little brother was like, he would have wanted me to be Batman.
Oh.
He walks away and I'm all like, oh, that's going to be something.
Uh-oh.
But even Alfred's all like, well, no, Brother Eye destroyed Gotham in Terry's timeline, but here Gotham's fine. And all this other weird stuff is going on. So it's similar to Terry's timeline, but also different.
Okay.
So given what happened with Convergence, we know it is probably just another universe.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to find out what happens. 'Cause I love me Batman Beyond.
You do. You do. So like I said, I haven't bought new books in a couple weeks. Part of that was because I spent money on other things. And also, I didn't realize you were back this week. I thought you were back next week.
That's fine.
So I was going to buy all my books this weekend. What I have been reading is a lot of the Dynamite free books that I was talking about a couple weeks ago. And then I totally forgot, a year ago, Image did something similar to Dynamite where they put like 100 books out there for free. So I've been reading a bunch of older Image books and Dynamite books, and it includes a lot of Top Cow books,
Oh,
which I've never really read Top Cow.
okay.
I don't know what your experience with Top Cow's been.
Hit and miss.
Okay. It's obviously a lot of Witchblade and Darkness,
Yes.
and then there's some other stuff, but part of me kind of wants to go back and start Witchblade, the Witchblade universe. But the problem I have is that's like 800 comics.
Yeah, it is
Because
a lot.
Witchblade's up, I want to say right around 200. Darkness is definitely around like 150, 160.
And that's after the relaunch of Darkness
Yeah.
and not all the side titles.
Yeah. And then there's also tying into that is like the Aphrodite 9 stuff. You've got the Angelus. You've got Broken Trinity was event. There's all kinds of shit. And I'm like, do I want to start a new universe? Part of me says yes.
Okay. I get why you would. And I remember really liking Darkness when it came out. Because I read it when it first came out and I really enjoyed it. But there must be a reason I didn't keep up with it. You know what I mean? I don't remember that reason.
My thought is because it is such an entwined universe that you have to be reading damn near everything Top Cow puts out because it crosses over so much.
Maybe. I don't remember. If you want to start a new universe, though, why not go Valiant?
I've had such bad experience with Valiant.
That's a fair enough answer.
And I know Frugal Brutal has brought this up to me before. He's like, go Valiant. Valiant's great. And I'm like, the first 2 or 3 issues of all Valiant titles are great. And then after that first very short arc, the creative team changes and it goes to shit.
To be fair, Harbinger had 2 good arcs before it went to shit. Bloodshot had 3 and shit. Frugal Brutal actually was talking to me, and it turns out he loves the Valiant stuff so much, he went and opened up a subscription box at his comic store
Really?
to get Valiant pulls.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay, maybe I'll give some Valiant a try just so I can parlay with him.
I have the first 20 issues of pretty much all the series. Feel free to borrow them.
You know what else you have that I was supposed to borrow at some point?
Daredevil.
Yeah.
You know, so Justin and I have been watching Daredevil, and I pulled out my long boxes of Daredevil, and I was going through it and like talking to her, explaining to her some stuff. And I actually set aside some issues for your Jess to read.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because she loved the show.
yeah. I remember you saying that.
She was like, I want more of this right now.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely. But that doesn't help your new universe conundrum.
no. But so I think I may go back and try to find some of the old Witchblade. Because here's the thing too, and you would appreciate this. Most of the Witchblade universe, the architect has been Ron Mars.
I love Ron Mars.
Because you love Kyle Rayner.
I do.
And he did that entire run of Kyle Rayner.
130 issues.
Which I've read every single issue of.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. So, I don't know. And
Interesting.
to be fair, I love, I have no clue how to pronounce his name. Stefan Sjepik, the main artist that
Sure.
Ron's been organized for. His art is beautiful.
Yes, he has fantastic art.
But, you know.
I do. I get what you're saying because I'm always intrigued by the darkness and the Witchblade stuff. But like you said, there's just too much to backfill.
Yeah.
I will say this, speaking of backfill, though, guess who now owns 21 trades of Invincible?
We talked about this. How far?
No. Before I was missing a couple.
So you picked up, you got a full
in
collection now?
Denver, I got the rest. There's
How
not.
far into the series are you now? Because you had 3 weeks.
I read the first trade
Okay. So you're 6 issues
when
in.
it came out and haven't touched it since.
You haven't read
I
any
haven't
of your
read
stuff yet?
one of it. Not one.
Ugh.
Because I traveled with a bunch of trades that are in the DCU that I wanted to catch up on.
Okay.
So I caught up on my Superman trades. I caught up on Superman Unchained.
You're all good on Shazam now.
Yep. Caught up on my Batman trades. I read Kingsman, Secret Service to Kingsman, based
Okay.
off the movie.
Yeah,
A couple trades behind on Fables. So I'm like, Invincible, when I'm caught
You'll
up
get
on
to
my
it.
trades,
Yeah.
I can read it.
Yeah.
I will say I'm curious to see where the Superman stuff is going because we have the Superman title where he's Truth. He's outed him. Lois
Right.
Lane has outed Clark Kent as
Yeah, yeah,
Superman, and he's not going back. So he's just rocking the T-shirt and jeans. He's all gritty.
Yeah.
But in Justice League, he's still rocking the cape and the spandex, and so I'm wondering if Jim Gordon Batman and Superman Truth is going to be different. Turn out to be different universe.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That or Justice League actually takes place different universe because it is the Dark Side War, and Dark Side does operate outside the multiverse.
That's true. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. I probably won't be reading most of that, but I'll be interested to see what you have.
Yeah,
to
and
say
I'll
about
tell you about it. I'll tell you all about it. I know the big deal that starts the Dark Side War is Metron gets killed,
it. Right.
and Batman becomes a new Metron.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. That's it for me.
That's it for me.
Guys, we'll be back next week. I promise we will.
Sounds good. See you then.
Bye.